Hello to my channel Chinese Star. Today we will bring you the following hot and exciting news.
The reason why Xiao Zhan's The Legend of the Condor Heroes can't get a high screening rate is exposed. 4 major factors are the key, and the reduction is very reasonable. Recently, I believe everyone has discovered a phenomenon. Although the screening rate of Xiao Zhan's new movie The Legend of the Condor Heroes has increased, it is still relatively low. In this regard, some media have exposed the reasons why Xiao Zhan's The Legend of the Condor Heroes can't get a high screening rate. 4 major factors have become the key. It is worth mentioning that the media also concluded that the reduction in the screening rate of this movie is very reasonable. After all, there are many factors to consider, but I personally think it is completely groundless. The audience feedback and market demand are enough to explain the problem. It is reported that some media on the internet have exposed the reasons why Xiao Zhan's new movie The Legend of the Condor Heroes can't get a high screening rate. It is summarized that there are 4 major factors: distribution agreement, pre-sale results, roadshow scale and word of mouth. It is also said that the reduction in the screening rate is very reasonable, revealing that the screening rate and pre-sale box office data are not completely proportional. In fact, I personally think that this is completely over-concerning. Not to mention that the pre-sale box office performance is the champion. A movie has won 40% of the total pre-sale box office. This movie is full of big names, and the production team is also very strong. It has been officially announced to be released in many countries. Such market influence deserves high screening. The pre-sale of The Legend of the Condor Heroes starring Xiao Zhan has exceeded 100 million. The low screening rate has caused heated discussions, and the Spring Festival period is full of suspense. The pre-sale of The Legend of the Condor Heroes starring Xiao Zhan has exceeded 100 million, and fans are crazy, but the theater screening rate is low. Whether a movie can be successful depends on hard power. Xiao Zhan's acting skills have improved, but it still needs to be released to see the results. Fans are enthusiastic, passers-by feel that, and theater screenings have become suspense, and the combination of Tsui Hark and Xiao Zhan is curious. That day, Weibo suddenly went viral. Everyone was laughing at the jokes from the Spring Festival Gala, and at the same time, they didn't forget to check the pre-sale results of The Legend of the Condor Heroes. As soon as the results came out, Xiao Zhan's fans were so excited that they took off. 100 million pre-sales. 40% of the total. Who can resist this? Fans wrote short essays overnight, and put their idol on the throne of the top stream of the year. But the style of the painting changed. The theater's screening rate was only 17.4%. Which was not as good as Nezha and Fengshan next door. This data was like a gust of cold wind, blowing fans back to reality from the carnival. Some people began to analyze whether the theaters were blind, some said it might be a prejudice against traffic stars, and some iron fans directly called on everyone to watch it 2 or 3 times, and maxed out the data to show the theaters some color. For a time, the screening and box office trends of The Legend of the Condor Heroes became frequent visitors to Weibo hot searches. To be honest, this is not the first time I have seen this situation. Xiao Zhan's fans are famous for their fighting power, but whether a movie can be popular depends on fans and passers-by. Besides, the role of Guo Jing is a familiar figure in the martial arts world. In Jin Yong's books, he is honest and upright. On the TV screen, he is a classic work of Wang Rihua. When Xiao Zhan took over this time, some people said that he was a fairy version of Guo Jing, and some people raised their eyebrows directly. A popular young actor with a classic role, it sounds suspenseful. In fact, it's not surprising that everyone is nervous. Guo Jing is the kind of character who looks ordinary, but the more you watch, the more interesting it becomes. Just like Tsui Hark's movies, the name itself is a guarantee of quality. In the trailer, the fighting scenes are smooth, the special effects are explosive, and the atmosphere of the martial arts world is overwhelming. The question is, can Xiao Zhan make the audience believe that he is the Guo Jing who smiles silly on Peach Blossom Island and releases eagles in the desert? At present, fans can trust him, but passers-by are probably a little nervous. There is a reason for the low screening rate of theaters. The box office appeal of traffic stars seems strong, but it often has twists and turns. The first day box office is rising, but in the second week, the box office curve is like dehydrated bean sprouts, instantly wilting. There are many such phenomena, and theaters misweigh them. Otherwise, who will pay for the days of empty theaters if they bet on the wrong treasure? Looking at the competitors, the Spring Festival period is famous for the fight between gods. Nezha has both box office and reputation, Fengchen has a steady and accurate special effects, and even the somewhat outdated Tang Detective has sold a lot of sentimental tickets with the old capital of suspense comedy. In this environment, The Legend of the Condor Heroes is obviously not enough to rely on fans alone. It must rely on hard power, good plot, good acting, and good reputation to fight a bloody way in this battle of heroes. Speaking of this, you may be curious, is Xiao Zhan's acting skills enough to support the role of Guo Jing? In fact, it cannot be killed with one stick. In the trailer, his facial expressions were well controlled, and his eyes showed some toughness and courage of a man of few stripes, which was a clear improvement over his previous works. But when you think of the layers of Guo Jing, from immaturity to maturity, from kindness to righteousness, whether he can support the growth line of the entire character, this will have to wait until the release to see the results. The question now is, how long can the enthusiasm of fans last? Will passers-by pay for the feelings? Will the theater increase the proportion of screenings in the future? These are like question marks hanging over the head of The Legend of the Condor Heroes. But one thing is certain, the combination of Tsui Hark and Xiao Zhan is at least one of the reasons for people to walk into the cinema with curiosity. Director Tsui Hark's works have always been known for their unique style and shocking visual effects, and Xiao Zhan's participation has added a lot of attention to the film. His continuous breakthroughs in his acting career and the accumulated fan base have made this film attract widespread attention both in terms of box office and word of mouth. As for whether it can become a dark horse in the Spring Festival, this question still has no clear answer. The Spring Festival is fiercely competitive, and each film has its own unique highlights and advantages. Although the cooperation between Tsui Hark and Xiao Zhan is full of potential, whether it can stand out in the end still requires audience feedback and market recognition. However, it is foreseeable that this work will definitely become the focus of topic during the Spring Festival. Whether it is from the lineup of the creative team or the fan effect brought by Xiao Zhan, it is full of unknowns and expectations. In this fierce film market, the tastes of the audience are becoming more and more elusive, but it is this uncertainty that makes every film full of infinite possibilities. For the question mark of dark horse of the Spring Festival, only time and the choice of the audience can give the most real answer. Judging from the response of fans, everyone does have a lot of questions and speculations, but this situation is already a fact, and everyone can only wait patiently for the release of the first day of the Lunar New Year. Xiao Zhan's new movie The Legend of the Condor Heroes has indeed increased its current scheduling rate, which also makes fans and industry insiders full of expectations for the performance of the film. As a highly watched work, this movie will undoubtedly attract a large number of audiences during the Spring Festival, especially with the support of Xiao Zhan's fans and martial arts fans. The increase in the film's scheduling rate also seems to be reasonable. However, the scheduling of other movies has also sparked a lot of discussion. The scheduling of Spring Festival movies is often affected by many factors, including the cast of the film, the appeal of the director, the intensity of marketing, and the expectations of the audience. Although Xiao Zhan's film scheduling rate has increased, it does not seem entirely reasonable to reduce the scheduling rate of certain films if the competitiveness of other films is taken into account. After all, the audience group of the Spring Festival is large and diverse, and various types of movies have a certain audience base. Excessive adjustment of the scheduling may affect the overall viewing experience and the fairness of the film market. In any case, the final result depends on the audience's choice and the market's response. For Xiao Zhan's movie, the final consideration of all this will only have a clear answer after it is released on the first day of the Lunar New Year. In short, I wish Xiao Zhan all the best and look forward to his new movie The Legend of the Condor Heroes being released on the first day of the Lunar New Year. As an all-round artist and top star, Xiao Zhan's strength and acting skills have always been recognized, and he has always brought many surprises. Whether in music, film and television or stage performances, his performance has demonstrated his versatility and unremitting efforts. This cooperation with director Tsui Hark can make us look forward to the presentation of the film even more. Director Tsui Hark has a unique style and is good at creating works with shocking visuals and deep emotions. The combination with Xiao Zhan will undoubtedly bring new sparks. The participation of partners Tony Leung and Zhang Daifei makes this movie even more interesting. Tony Leung is a powerful actor. His superb acting skills and deep understanding of the role will undoubtedly add more highlights to the movie with Xiao Zhan. Zhang Daifei's acting skills are also worth looking forward to. As a young actor, she will definitely show a different chemical reaction in her interaction with Xiao Zhan. Xiao Zhan's every step is solid and steady. He not only won the hearts of the audience with his strength, but also won high praise from industry insiders. These praises come not only from his performance in the play, but also from his seriousness and concentration in treating every role. No matter how the movie performs in the end, Xiao Zhan is undoubtedly a trustworthy actor. So, let's look forward to it together on the first day of the Lunar New Year, and see you there. I believe that Xiao Zhan will definitely use his wonderful performance to bring the audience an unforgettable movie feast.
Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to our support channel.